I want to invite you guys to get a journal and start creating a confidence tension journal, vulnerability journal, whatever you want to say, but what you're really building is your confidence. And every day I want you to find 3 to 5 things that you are avoiding the tension on, that you could practice relaxing into the tension on, and then do something to move in that direction. So maybe it could be simple things too. It could be like you could actually walk out and literally walk down the street and you say, I'm going to find 5 things, and you could literally find 5 things walking down the street. It's that easy. You could spend an hour just journaling things. Like, I want to go to ask that person where they got that. I don't have time. They look busy. Oh, that's it. Okay? On a scale, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous does that make you? 10 being it's going to blow me out, 0 being no nervousness at all, right? So you say, oh, it's a 10, then, well, you can't do that. That's going to blow you out. Find something that's a 6 or 7. It could still be the same activity, just decrease the tension on it somehow. If it's seeing a beautiful girl walk by and saying that dress looks beautiful on you as you pass by, and then maybe you just go over and say, excuse me, do you have the time? Because that's a 6 to be able to do that. The dress is a 10, right? Or maybe just going over and saying that dress looks beautiful on you and walking away is a 6. Going over and saying that dress looks beautiful on you and talking to her a little bit more is a 10. So you'd do the 6 or 7. Does that make sense to you guys? Because anything, you got to figure out what number is going to blow your circuit breaker. And we don't want 10s because your circuit breaker's blown. You can't grow in there. You can't grow there. And then after you do it, write down what you realized. What did you learn? You have a tendency to beat yourselves up. So after you walk over there and say that, realize, oh my, you write down something good. She really enjoyed it. It was easier than I thought. Wow, when I did it, it actually felt like a 3. I felt like she wanted to talk to me more, and I ran away, but it was awesome that she wanted to talk to me, you know, and I really enjoyed that. And then your job is to read those at night before you go to bed. Why? Because every day you do those and then read them before you go to bed, you're putting them into your subconscious mind. And you're developing a habit of consciously looking for tension, like Richard Branson does, to walk into. And if you develop that habit consciously every day, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, it will become an addiction. And what happens when it becomes an addiction? How long till what used to seem so hard seems like a 0? And it takes a lot more, like Richard Branson trying to fly into space. Okay? That's why that's important, to do that every day. I've had students do this every day. I've had most people don't. I've had some that do. The ones that do always report back amazing changes in their lives. You know, the guy in Europe that just took it on, I said it in one conversation. I don't even think I hardly talked to him. He sent me all these Facebook messages about how much his life changed. You know, just started sending him from doing that practice alone. How much better his life got, how much more money he was making, all that kind of stuff. Because most people spend the bulk of their day trying to stay in their knowns and avoid any new tension. And so getting comfortable, getting to the point where not just comfortable, but enjoying new tension in your life, especially the little things, will change your life. I'm not talking about huge things. I'm talking about even the little things. Like if you have the practice of never picking up your laundry, maybe that's your first piece of tension. And you write that in the journal every day for a week and the realizations that come around it. And then when that becomes a 0, you stop doing it. Because now it feels weird not to. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Good? Now you could take another aspect, another way to work with this is to go to someplace that's busy and spend an hour doing it. Instead of just 5, do as many as you can do in like an hour, hour and a half. And you'll be surprised what you could see stuff. Every time you turn around, what would cause me tension right now? Oh, talking to that person, doing this, saying hi to that person, asking about this, going over here and do it. And you'll just start, okay, gonna do. And you find something that's in your range. Maybe I'm gonna play with 4s today, 5s, 3s. It could be low level tension, it doesn't have to be high. Play within your range, it doesn't have to be huge, bulk. It could be just simple little lifts, like simple little 3s, consistently done for an hour. And you'll be shocked at how good you'll feel. What happens is when you play in the right range, not too much, not too little, it's almost like you feel super refreshed at the end. You feel pumped, you feel excited, you feel more self-love, you've pushed your boundaries, you've expanded your capacity. Your picture frame is literally growing so you can receive more in that frame when you do that. Okay? So I want to invite you into that.